Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I'm determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking or in my way of life. For our Dharma lessons, we're now reading More Than Mindfulness, Widening the Field of Practice by the Monastics of the Forest Sangha. Today we're continuing in a Dharma talk by Ajahn Viradhamma called Mindfulness, Vitality, and Inquiry. We have this flow of consciousness. We have this flow of emotions, of bodily feelings and memories. It comes and goes because of causes and conditions, because of our cultural conditioning, our gender conditioning, our age conditioning, and all that. There is this flow of life. We are trying to be very aware and receptive to that and not be victimized by it. When within that flow in life there is something I can't be with, that I resist or am confused by, that is a sign that I have to practice Dhammavicaya. I must investigate it. It is something I need to know. It is something I need to understand. We say in Buddhism, your biggest problem is your biggest teacher. Your biggest hindrance is where your biggest freedom lies. It has to be, doesn't it? If there is some huge aspect of my own consciousness, of my own psyche, which really bothers me in some social, emotional, or interpersonal way, then that is where the freedom must lie. Where else could it lie? If I always feel competitive, then it's in competitiveness where I find my freedom. Not by being competitive, but by understanding it. If I feel intimidated by others, then it is in that very feeling of intimidation where I will find freedom from it. If it must be that way. This is the counter to what we have been conditioned to do. If I feel I always must be competitive to feel secure or whatever, to actually go towards that very feeling, what underlies it? Is it fear? That's what mindfulness training and investigation must do. That's not just intellectual. It's not like me sitting around thinking, oh, I have this competitiveness problem. I wonder what that is really like. That is just thought. When I'm with my brother or whoever and I'm competitive, yeah, there it is. There is that guy. There is that feeling. What is that really like? Going towards it, touching it directly. Then there's freedom because one is no longer avoiding it. One is no longer being driven by it. It's not a problem. It is just as it is. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.